A legacy erased, USAID, and its global impact. The United States Agency for International Development, or USAID, has long been a beacon of hope for millions around the world. Founded in 1961 by President John F. Kennedy, USAID emerged as a powerful instrument of American soft power, extending a helping hand to those in need and fostering goodwill across the globe. From disaster relief and humanitarian assistance to promoting economic development and democratic values, USAID's reach has been vast and its impact undeniable. For over 6 decades, USAID has stood as a testament to the ideals of compassion, generosity, and global engagement that have come to define America's role on the world stage. Through its tireless efforts, USAID has saved countless lives, empowered communities, and helped to build a more just and equitable world. From combating hunger and disease to providing education and clean water, USAID has touched the lives of people in every corner of the planet. Its work has not only alleviated suffering but has also served as a bulwark against extremism and instability, demonstrating the transformative power of development and diplomacy. The agency's legacy is one of hope, progress, and the enduring belief in the power of human connection to overcome even the most daunting challenges. However, this legacy is now under threat. The Trump administration, in a move that has sent shockwaves through the international community, has moved to dismantle USAID, effectively ending its 6-decade mission of global engagement. This decision, shrouded in controversy and met with widespread condemnation, marks a stark departure from America's traditional role as a champion of human rights and a leader in international development. The consequences of this decision, both for the United States and the world, are potentially devastating. This is not simply a story about budget cuts or bureaucratic restructuring, it is a story about a fundamental shift in America's place in the world. It is a story about the abandonment of long-held values and the embrace of an inward-looking America-first ideology that threatens to unravel the very fabric of the international order. The dismantling of USAID is not an isolated incident, but rather the latest and perhaps most alarming manifestation of this dangerous trend. The seeds of USAID's demise were sown long before the agency's doors were shuttered. Donald Trump's return to the White House in 2024, fueled by a wave of populist anger and a deep-seated resentment of globalism, signaled a dramatic shift in American foreign policy. Trump, who had made no secret of his disdain for foreign aid during his first term, campaigned on a promise to put America first, a slogan that resonated with voters weary of what they perceived as endless foreign entanglements and costly overseas interventions. Trump's vision of America first was, at its core, a rejection of the multilateralism and global engagement that had defined U.S. foreign policy for decades. It was a vision rooted in transactional diplomacy, economic nationalism, and a deep skepticism of international institutions. In Trump's view, America's generosity had been exploited for too long, its interests sacrificed on the altar of globalism. He promised to usher in a new era, one in which America would no longer be the world's policeman or its piggy bank. One of Trump's first acts upon returning to office was to announce a sweeping freeze on U.S. foreign aid. This move, announced on January 20, 2025, sent shockwaves through the development community and signaled the administration's intention to dramatically scale back America's global footprint. The aid freeze, which affected billions of dollars in humanitarian assistance and development programs, was justified by Trump as a necessary step to stop wasting American taxpayer dollars on foreign countries that don't respect us. The aid freeze was met with immediate condemnation from human rights groups, development experts, and many within the foreign policy establishment. Critics argued that the move would have devastating consequences for the world's most vulnerable populations, undermining decades of progress in fighting poverty, disease, and hunger. They warned that the cuts would not only cost lives but would also damage America's reputation abroad and create a vacuum that could be exploited by rivals like China. The Musk factor, DOGE, and the dismantling of USAID. While Trump's America First agenda set the stage for USAID's demise, it was the arrival of Elon Musk on the political scene that sealed the agency's fate. Musk, the billionaire entrepreneur behind Tesla and SpaceX, had been a vocal critic of government bureaucracy and inefficiency for years. In early 2025, Musk was appointed by Trump to head a new Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, tasked with streamlining government operations and reducing waste. Musk's appointment was met with a mixture of curiosity and trepidation. While few doubted Musk's business acumen or his ability to shake up the status quo, many questioned his temperament and his understanding of the complexities of government. Musk, who had made a career out of disrupting established industries, seemed an unlikely candidate to navigate the labyrinthine world of Washington bureaucracy. However, Musk approached his new role with characteristic zeal, promising to bring his signature brand of Silicon Valley disruption to the halls of government. USAID, with its sprawling bureaucracy and far-flung operations, quickly became a prime target for Musk's efficiency drive. Musk, who had long been skeptical of foreign aid, viewed USAID as a bloated and inefficient relic of a bygone era. He argued that the agency was riddled with waste, fraud, and abuse, and that its mission had become hopelessly muddled. In Musk's view, USAID was beyond reform. It needed to be dismantled and rebuilt from the ground up. Musk's pronouncements about USAID were met with alarm by many within the agency and the wider development community. They argued that Musk's assessment of USAID was based on a fundamental misunderstanding of the agency's work and its importance. They pointed to USAID's long track record of success in combating poverty, disease, and hunger, and warned that dismantling the agency would have devastating consequences for the world's most vulnerable populations. However, Musk, emboldened by Trump's support and convinced of his own righteousness, pressed ahead with his plans to dismantle USAID. As the shutdown continues, USAID programs across various regions have come to a grinding halt. Essential aid and development projects are left in limbo, affecting countless communities that rely on these initiatives. The ripple effect of this interruption is felt far and wide, from healthcare to education and even local economies. The political and legal challenges are mounting as the shutdown drags on. Lawmakers are at an impasse with no clear resolution in sight. Legal battles are unfolding, further complicating the situation. The uncertainty is creating a climate of instability, impacting not just government operations but also the lives of everyday citizens. The future of U.S. foreign aid is, well, increasingly uncertain. With shifting political landscapes and evolving global priorities, the direction and magnitude of aid could change dramatically. This uncertainty leaves many nations, especially those heavily reliant on U.S. assistance, in a precarious position. The potential changes could reshape international relations and influence global stability. Democratic norms around the world are, frankly, eroding at an alarming rate. From the undermining of free elections to the suppression of dissent, these trends threaten the foundational principles of democracy. The weakening of these norms not only affects individual nations but also has broader implications for global governance and human rights. We are, undeniably, entering a new era marked by uncertainty and instability. Economic fluctuations, geopolitical tensions, and social upheavals are becoming more common. This era challenges our ability to predict and prepare for future events, making resilience and adaptability more critical than ever. Thank you for joining us. We hope this exploration has provided valuable insights into the complexities of our world today. Stay informed, stay engaged, and remember, the future is shaped by our collective actions. Until next time, take care.